Today we will talk about one of the rarest VHS tapes of all time. The cartoon animation in question is called The Films of Nanny Lynn, Princess Emiluma, The Story of Srebrenica and Bob the Blob. We don't know its origins, when it was made and for what purpose. The name that I just gave you also might not necessarily be the real name of it. It is assumed that Hansen Video or Hansen Records produced it. Looking at their official website does not give us any information regarding this animation. The company just seems to be involved with music productions nowadays. However, there is a description regarding the animation from them which reads as follows. It is one of the most F things you'll ever see. Very crude computer animated children's stories. Really needs to be seen to be believed. Cannot be described in words. The animation can be found on YouTube and was uploaded by a channel called Blizzard. This YouTube channel is owned by Hansen Records. Videos about very old footage does not seem to be something out of the ordinary for this account, since the other videos on the channel are for the most part a few decades old. The film in question is narrated by an elderly woman voice and consists of 3 independent stories. The first one is Princess Emiluma, the second the Story of Srebrenica, and the third one is Bob the Blob. The stories are tragic and seem to be made for educational purposes for children. I don't want to take too much away, let's take a quick look.
Dr. Sinti thought, I wonder how this all happened. So he stirred his antibiotic one more time and decided to wait and watch. Oh, then it began that odd process of turning into many different things.
Just imagine watching this as a kid. That must have been really traumatizing. Also, the narration just does not seem to fit at all. It's super grotesque. Anyway, let's break down the stories very quickly. The first story, Princess Emiluma, was about dinosaurs and how they had feathers. This was a new discovery in 1995, which is important for the other stories. The second story is probably the most interesting one out of the 3. Firstly, the story in question can even be found on another YouTube channel called Paper Red. The story is uploaded in 3 parts, and even a part of the third story was uploaded around the same time. Looking at the description, we can see a link to hansenrecords.net. Secondly, the name of the story could have a deeper meaning. Srebrenica could refer to the Srebrenica village in Bosnia, where in 1995 a of 8,000 Muslim Bosnians took place. There are multiple reasons to assume this. In the story, she's being torn apart of her family and grows up with a different one with different values, so it lines up with the entire thing. When she made the attempt to return back to her family, they pulled her hair and changed her clothes. She eventually went back and realized how things used to be before she was torn away from her family. The third story, Bob the Blob, deals with a scientist who creates an odd-looking creature. Overall, this entire movie seems to originate anywhere between 1995 to 1997. It was probably meant for educational purposes, especially for minors. As for the person doing the narration, this YouTube channel, which I'm going to blur out, could be the person behind the voice. The problem is that the voices are not really 100% the same, but similarities are there. Since I cannot confirm it, I'm just going to mention it here, but that's about it. Like I said, the origins, when it was made and for what purpose, still remains unknown. Make sure to sub, comment and rate the video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.